Okay guys, welcome back. We're going to have a look at Autostakkert 4 Beta, or the beta version. It's out now. Autostakkert 3, I think everyone up until now, 95% of us use that, as it seems to be the premier stacking software for your planetary and moon images and stuff like that. So the Autostakkert 4 Beta is out, and it's been coming for a little while, but it's definitely these things don't just happen. And Emil, who is the author, he's been very busy, and you've got a life outside of that. I know he doesn't make any money with it, so as always, I always try and donate where I can with this piece of software and others that we use for free. So if you can donate, please do, because it helps out, and this type of software definitely moves the game on. As far like we're not going to be doing these images without this software, full stop, simple. It makes our images so much better. So I was on cloudy nights the other night, and come down here, and Autostakkert 4 Beta now available, and it's been something that's been going on for a little while. As you can see here, the posts and when they've been uploaded, so it's definitely something that was in progress, and even before, on the last comment before the actual release, but I did write there, just make sure, if you can, a lot of people can't, but if you can afford a few dollars, please donate it, because it definitely helps out. And it might not just be this piece of software, it might be the next piece of software that changes the game. Software, as we all know, is a huge factor. Anyway, so you click on this link, which I already have, and we see Autostakkert 3, which most people have been using for years. You can see the date there, 2018, but even back further than that, it's been very, very good, and I don't believe there's been another piece of software that stacks planetary images or the type of imaging I do better than this does. I've tried Astrosurface and Registax, and it definitely does it the best. So Autostakkert 4, well, I've already, to save time, already downloaded it. Got Autostakkert 3 here as well. They're basically identical layout, or very close to, which is a great thing. Familiarisation, most people who've used these are definitely going to be familiar with them. You'll see up the top in the centre here, there's that little, well, it's an icon of Jupiter basically, but it's detect software, and I already use detect. Where is it? It's over here now, and this will run through your captures and try and determine whether you've had an asteroid, an impact on the planet that you are capturing, and it's Jupiter and Saturn at the majority of the time, the ones that I'm running through there. But as you can see here, there's people that have been contributing for years and years, and they're up the top and they're banging out. Like, look at the number of videos here, but I've actually been putting into it for the last probably 3 years, and my name's getting quite high up the list as well. As you see on Saturn, I'm quite high. A lot of other good names there, Andy Casely and a few others. Bit more difficult on this side. I am here somewhere. There we are, Damien up there. But some big names, Martin Lewis just above, Trevor Barry, great Aussie images, and then you've got Neil McNeil and Andy Casey up the top helping out. Jean-Luc, got one of his books. Actually, Jean-Luc had contributed Skywatcher, and does some great work. Clyde Foster, another well-known imager. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get into it. What we'll do today is just a bit of a speed test regarding these two, and we are going to go with a pretty big file. So we've got a moon image here, and it's 25 gig. I think it's about 3,000 frame capture. I'll get rid of that. And what have we got? Yeah, 3,200 frames. all of the settings are the same. What we're going to do is I'm going to drop this down to something nine threads each, and that way they're not going to steal from each other as far as the CPU performance. It makes it a pretty fair comparison. I've got nothing else running in the background. Lucky enough to have a 12-core CPU, so we've got a little bit spare as well, just in case any other processors come up in the meantime. So I'll fast forward through this, but we'll get times and stuff like that. So we'll go straight away, we'll go with analyze, and I'll bump this forward and see how we go. We are getting towards the end of it for Autostakkert 4. As you can see up there, 3 has not finished the first segment, and 4 is done. You can see there 44 seconds, 46 seconds for the buffering and analysis, and we're still going on the first one. So I'll just pause again, and we'll wait and see. All right, we're done. We've got 151 and 56, so a stark improvement there already. And if we look down over here, they've both picked the same frames. So for the primary frame, and that's a good sign, because straight away you're saving time. I had 6 captures on this night, and straight away there's 15 minutes gone. So we'll continue on. Both of the alignment point boxes are 104. We're just doing this and probably can use bigger boxes, smaller. We just want to see the time difference between the two. So we'll go there, we'll get them. Let's see which one's quicker. Right, they're both away. We'll go again, and we will come back and we'll process the result, and we'll see what it looks like, as far as it's no good to be quicker if the result's not going to be the same or better. So we'll let this run through. I'll pause again, and I'll come back when we're close to the end. All right. Well, it looks like we're nearly done. And we're done. So I will put up the time differences there, and 40 is a bit big. And but like I said, if you just take into account time saved on those 8 or 9 captures or whatever I've got there, like it's an hour and a half a day. I mean, you can set and forget it and let it run, but that improvement is superb. So we'll get rid of that. We'll get up here, and as we thought, there are 2 images here. Where's that going to open? Here we go. There's the first, this one is the Autostakkert 4, we'll put that on that side. And this is for 3. So we'll stretch that out there. Now I don't know whether you can see any major differences there. They look very close. But what we'll do is we'll process it. We'll process them both the same. Okay, we're back. Both of them have been stacked as you can see, or as you did see by the numbers on the screen, the new Autostakkert 4 Beta just absolutely mashed Autostakkert 3, so much more efficient with the code and how it's doing things, which is superb. What we're going to do now is just do a quick process using Astrosurface, and it's what I have been using lately to fine-tune the stacks, post stacking, post derotation on planets and stuff like that. So we'll come up into here and we'll find these. Which one's that? That's Autostakkert 3. I might just put my goggles on, getting old, and we'll go with Autostakkert 3 first. That just came up. We're going to go edit. We'll go to 1M1, and I have been editing these moon images from this folder the other day, because I entered aligned, no noise reduction. I entered one of these in one of my local competitions. I thought it was a nice image. I forget why crop, that's probably it. So this is an image that came out of that stuff the other day, and it's pretty good. So I was really happy with this one. Anyway, go back. Rightio, we're talking about this one. We're in this today. This one up here is the Autostakkert 3 version. We're going to go 1:1, so this is maximum it's not maximum resolution, but it's it will give us the best understanding of what we're doing. So I have been playing around with wavelets, the sharpen tab, and crop. That's pretty much, unless I'm doing a methane Saturn image, that's pretty much what I've been doing. It's telling me, because this is a 4K, it's a massive file, as you can see there. It would easily hang on the wall in AO or A1 size without too much detrimental effect. So we'll do that. These are the numbers I had pinned in the other day from the image I submitted, so I was pretty happy with them and what they look like. There's no noise reduction in this yet, and the deconvolution, I found that worked quite well. If I just uncheck that box, you can see the effect it has on there. Actually, that might even be a little bit fat. See, it's just fattening it up a tiny bit. Depending on what size screen you're watching this on, you will not see that at all, I suppose. Sharpen it up. We've got 9. So this is the same thing as Reg Stacks with the 6 different sliders, but there's much more fine tuning available here. You can see 35 and see that was what would resemble the 6th slider if you ramped it right up. So this is 35. You come down here, let's say that's the 5th slider, 4th slider, 3rd slider, 2nd slider, 1st slider, just roughly, just so you get an idea. But it's the same thing that we're playing with. So you can do it with the strength right down the bottom, but you have a much less fine control with the strength down the bottom. I have been just through mucking around with my gear, and it might not work the same on your gear, but anyway, I've just been going with strength, ramping it up. I think I had it on 80 something there a minute ago, allow for a little bit of bump either way, and I was getting towards the end of single digits before I felt that it's maybe in that one there just started to fatten it up a little bit. We want to retain detail, especially on here where we've got, like that crater there is probably 500 meters, might even be 1 kilometre. We can check that. So you don't want to wipe it out. You want to keep the detail And it's the same with the noise reduction. It's pretty close. Alright, these are just fine. Fine tuning, we'll go down to 7, drag it up a little bit. See if you get an 8, fattens it up. Six doesn't look too bad either. 7 might be the magic number. Another thing over here I did was, because I was imaging a different part of the moon that was much brighter than this, I had to balance the colours, the blue, green, red, differently. So when I moved it over, the seeing was starting to fall apart, so I just went with what was on the screen, knowing that we can fix it up later. So that's a more representation of what the moon will look like. Righto, let's come back over, do all. And that's what it looks like at, that's probably still bigger than A4 paper size. So it's still a reasonable image, 12 by 8, probably even bigger. It's probably 10 by 14, I'd say at the moment. So I'm quite happy with that. We'll just go with that. Just understand we're just comparing the two. We're not really worried about overall output. So we'll go back up to 1:1, and you will just see I use this page mainly for the noise reduction, because I find it has more. The other one doesn't have the coarse noise slider. Sometimes that works really well. As you can see here, it's a little bit noisy. 2, 3, 4. It's pretty close. If you go any more than that, it really starts to, see how it starts to reduce. Believe it or not, these craters, they're only about 1 kilometre in diameter, these ones, so we don't want to lose them. They add to the, but we want to get rid of the noise. Where does getting rid of the noise and then starting to affect these craters come into play? Because you can't see noise there regardless. You can take 0 off and it might even look a bit better. It just depends how big you want to blow, or if people are pixel peeping, stuff like that. I think 3 is pretty good. So we can go do all. Okay. Crop. Oops, let's go back out so we can see the whole image. And this is due to the fact that my tracking on the EQ platform's not great, but let's face facts, I'm still getting these images, so it can't be that bad. Don't want to whinge too much about it. Save as, AS3, sharpen, Astrosurface. Alrighty, come down here, open file. Which one are you? AS3. AS3 sharpen, this is the one we want. This is AS4. Edit. Yep, we want to edit it. And if we go in here, all of these are pre-held. Alright, let's go with 1:1 so you can see. Very similar again. No noise control at the moment. Happy with the colour. Let's go do all. Okay. Sharpen. Yep. Oh, got a rough shot. Again. That's about it. I'm happy with that. Do all. Okay. Crop. Excuse me. All right. Crop. Okay. Save as. Sharpen. AS4. Up. Astrosurface. Save. We already know it's AS4, so AS3. I'll get rid of that one. We don't need that. And this one. And we can stretch these out a little bit. I don't know whether it will come through for you guys. But the bottom one of AS4 does look a tiny bit better, just not much. So even at this stage, if we go with, it's just saved us 12 minutes per capture, and it's exactly the same. That's a massive win, let alone the derotation features and stuff like that, which are going to improve our lives as well. So really happy with that so far, and I have encountered no bugs, so no need to contact Emil. And as always, thanks for his hard work, because without this program and others that I've been using over the years, like Auto, Registax and so on, even Pip, it's been around for a long time, super easy to use and very, very good with what it does. Like even my ISS videos, it's the removal of objects out of them and stuff like that are superb. So at this stage, very, very happy with Autostakkert 4, and hopefully we continue going on with it. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.